Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers, coming at you from
McKinney Falls State Park in Austin city limits.
McKinney Falls is one of our favorite parks. It is gorgeous. We're giving you a view of some of the campsites here.
And it's really hit or miss with shade or, as you can see, full sun. And I will tell you, if you are coming in the summer, you want to request them that have shade, because it will make a big difference in how cool your RV stays.
And it's also mixed between back-end sites and pull-through sites.
And depending on your trailer, the shorter ones, those pull-through, and as you can see, the motorhomes are coming in on some of these pull-through. But some of the pull-through, they had originally assigned us to one, and it was, the asphalt was kind of falling apart. We got moved. We'll just put it that way. We got here early enough that we were able to request, and they gave us a different site. So we appreciate the flexibility. However, the rules for Texas state parks are changing this fall or winter, where you're going to reserve a specific site. So if you have questions, you can always call and ask.
Yes.
About your particular RV and the particular site you're looking at.
But I think you'll list the length and like that.
But these are most of them are really large sites. They're well separated, as you can see. We really like that about this park. There are a few sites where the picnic table may be on the wrong side,
yes.
But we've never really had an issue with that. And this is just the view from from the edge of the road. You can see how large our campsite is. There's a tent pad back behind. We had a gorgeous site, and the one we had last time we were here was absolutely beautiful. In another section, there are
air-conditioned cabins, and if you're coming, I'd recommend getting an air-conditioned cabin before a tent camp here in the summer.
Definitely, yeah. And then this walk all around the park on any major roads, they have that paved so that pedestrians, bicyclists have a place to go.
With the curb on the outside.
The reason this is so fast is I want you to really understand how far it is down to the falls and to the swim area. And honestly, I'm doing this because when I was editing this video, we had just been there. Air temperature was over 100 when I was hiking out there. And it's desolate. I don't know what this rock is, but it's what I imagine the surface of the moon would look like. We're in a drought. How much water there is going to fluctuate greatly depending on how much rain we got, and there will be times that may be closed, and so you just want to check on it. This is the front of our state capitol, so we stopped in there while we were in Austin. You ready? Oh. Okay, like good little Texans, while in Austin we are visiting our state capitol. And yes, for those of you who are not from Texas, Austin is our capital city. And so, since Mylena told me she didn't think she'd ever been here before, I grew up in band and stuff, and so we played here several times. So, anyway, we're going to see how much of this we can see. We didn't sign up for a tour or anything, so we'll see if they let us in.
Yeah.
We snuck in. It's really loud in here because of all the marble and stuff, but
this is the inside of the Capitol building. There are statues around, and then in the rotunda, there are photos of the governors of the state. They're all around the walls, and
it does label north, south, east, or west, so you'll know.
Yes.
And you need to remember which one you came in. But the seal at the top is actually it spells Texas around the star, so Lone Star State.
And like I said, the pictures are there. Sharon, I let go of her hand and she's gone.
And the Senate chambers, I just went wandering around. I did climb all these stairs and my legs killed me for a couple of days. But the door was open, so I decided, what the heck, why not go on in? And I have been here before when they were in session, and they will let you up in the gallery if there's room. But I don't know anything about architecture, but I love looking at it. And this building is full of stuff that I like looking at. This just gives you an idea how high the
Yes.
top of that building really is, and it is gorgeous. And I just took I took video and then made snapshots of just some of the intricacies, and you can see the gold trim there. That's anything that looks dark around the top. When you're up there, you can actually see that it is gold. Every step all the way up and down had that much intricate detail on every banister on both sides, on all 4 sets of stairwell. It was just, it was just gorgeous. And then here we had the house gallery. Like I said, I just went wondering. They do have tours.
Yes.
We weren't with a tour, and so
And I'm guessing they have an elevator since our governor is in a wheelchair.
They do. They do have a wheelchair. They do have an elevator, but I had free access here, so I was just going around. Once again, it's just fascinating. That shows you kind of a perspective of the stairwell coming back. And then the doorpost. Every door down every hall has that much detail. And then finally, there really have been 6 flags that have flown over Texas.
Yes.
And this lists them: France,
Spain,
Mexico, Texas, the Confederate U.S. And that is them, and you can tell we paid attention in our Texas history classes.
That's right.
Our teachers would be proud of us. So one of the things that we did, I have been down here. I had already seen the urban bat population 4 times.
I had never seen it until last night. It is so cool. When you think they've quit coming out from under the bridge, they keep coming and coming.
Let me just say the secret is out. Last night was the most crowded I'd ever seen that area, and it was just
They were
crazy.
at least 3 deep on the top of the bridge.
And in most places, yeah. I was just holding the tripod up and hoping I was getting something, or when someone kind of moved over, I would stick it through and get. Now, the longer you stay, the people become disenchanted. Yes. I have stayed here before. I've stood on that bridge for over an hour, and the bats still were coming. So if you're not there right at dusk when they start, the crowd's going to thin out a little bit, and
there were people coming in when I left. We do need to mention that parking
is kind of a premium.
If you can get a spot in the Statesman
newspaper
parking lot, it's $6 an hour.
4 hours. $6 for 4 hours.
Nobody's going to stay 4 hours.
And people were lined up waiting to pay because they say you're going to be towed.
And it was full.
And it was completely at capacity. We got there probably about 15 minutes early, and I was shocked. I was totally shocked. I've seen the parking lot get close to full, but never like that. And it was people walking in from everywhere. There weren't 1.5 billion people, but but there were lots of folks up there. And so it is super cool. And obviously these are Mexican free-tail bats, and this is where they summer, is under the Congress Street Bridge in Austin. And so you can stand on the bridge and look up and see the state capitol lit up at night, and then look down and see bats. And the musky smell, you definitely know it's bats. And the other thing that shocked me, I have seen some of those big barges, those big party boat looking things. I've been here before where there was 1 or 2 and maybe a kayak or 2, but you can see from that video
there were lots
the water
of
was
kayaks.
packed, and I think someone must be renting them because all of those looking exactly the same.
Yes.
I think there was a place, I think bats have helped the economy of Austin. But it is just fascinating to be standing in the middle of the state capitol and have this massive colony of bats just come out. So if you're here in the summer months when this is their summer home, It's crowded, it's everything, but it's worth a stop. It's something you're not going to see just everywhere.
Do use mosquito repellent though.
Down on she stayed down on the knoll in the grassy area. I was up on the bridge, and I guess the bats were eating them up there. But anyway, so that was a lot of fun. So if you're coming down this way, check that out.
Yeah.
Well, Mylena, what are your thoughts of McKinney Falls State Park?
I love this park. It's gorgeous. We've never been where we've gotten to just enjoy the park, though.
Yeah, we have actually made 3 trips to Austin with the fifth wheel, and each time we've had some sort of business to take care of. The first time she came down to fill out her retirement information with the teacher retirement system here. The next time we came, we did stay at this park, and I was in a week-long workshop at the School for the Deaf, and it went from 8 in the morning until 9 at night. And so I'd get up really early. There are some great trails. I would walk the dogs, but we just, by the time we got here this trip, and we came down to fill out my paperwork, my retirement paperwork.
Hey, Sharon, happy retirement.
It's a really brief trip. This is a stop we were at another park before we got here, and we've got to get home. And so...
And plan for our next trip.
There we go. That's it. But the day that I filmed the falls, that little trickle there, I'd planned to go to the other one, but air temperature was over 100 degrees. I got really, really hot out walking. You saw it's pretty desolate there. So anyway, we will plan to come back here sometime in either the spring or fall. This is a very popular park.
Yeah, yes. We got in on a Wednesday, and they had a sign that said they were at capacity. And so if you didn't have reservations, they weren't going to let you in. You want to make a comment about capacity now?
Well, I don't know. This area, we are actually in Austin city limits. You're in the wilderness here, but we're in Austin city limits, and it was 2 years ago the last time we were here, and there are some just complete neighborhoods that have been built. And so I'm wondering if it's just they're only allowing so much water and electricity to be used by the park, and so they kind of cap off how many RVs or whatever they let in. But
because there were empty, and of course people might not have gotten here yet, stuff like that.
They may have canceled or something. But anyway, it is a beautiful park,
yes.
And one we really do plan to come. Austin is our state capital, and you saw how proud we were to go there. Traffic in this city is just crazy.
It's always under construction. It has to be.
We've lived in Texas all of our lives. We've come to Austin for various reasons. I've never been to Austin when 35 was not under construction.
No.
And so, that's not one of our favorite cities, but this park is gorgeous.
Yes.
And so it being in Austin, of course, it's going to be busy, and especially on the weekends. So
maybe when we downsize trailers.
So if you're coming here, do know you need to make reservations well in advance. We were very fortunate that we got the reservations for when we actually needed them. But it is a gorgeous park. Swimming, you're going to have to walk out a ways to get there if you want to go swimming in the...
I'm not as sure-footed as I was. I've always been clumsy, but I'm not sure-footed now. And so I haven't even tried to get down to the swimming area.
But the campsites here, as you could see through the drive-through, were, they're well-defined, they're large, they're well-shaded. It's a beautiful, beautiful park.
Yes.
And if you are coming to this area, it's definitely worth a stop,
yes.
I would say. Thanks for watching Two Tired Teachers.